Bosha, what is good, guys? It is your boy SoTeeko, and we are back on the block today. And a lot of people ask me, hey SoTeeko, I see you're writing this book. You know, you stream it on Twitch all the time, you stream it here on YouTube all the time, and you know, you're always talking about it. What is your book about? And in today's video, we're gonna talk about my book and what my book is about and how you guys can support the book writing process and support me in the process as I work on the completion of my book. Basically, the way I can best describe my book is it's a story about a boy, and it's a story about a young boy on Tatooine who is unknowingly connected to the Force. He is burdened by expectations and haunted by a sense of belonging that can't quite find. He tries to fit in where he can, and he tries to be himself, but it just seems that no matter what he tries, things just don't work out. And he comes from humble beginnings. He comes from a very tight-knit community. He comes from a family that prides themselves on hard work, on dedicated hard work. His parents, who they struggled for their freedom themselves and have kind of passed on generational trauma that my character has to overcome and adapt to as he progresses through his story as a man. You know, it's a coming of age story, and it's a story that I feel like everyone can kind of understand. You know, you get to see a boy go from a 10-year-old hopeful boy through the struggle years of being an adolescent into really trying to figure out who he is as a man. And it really is a story about myself. Like, it really is a story about myself if I had people in my life that, you know, supported, invested, and really cared about where this human being was going and why they wanted to go there and how they were going to get there. It's a story that I feel like everyone can resonate in, and it's a story that I feel like everyone, whether you're a Star Wars fan or not, will enjoy and will love and can identify with a character and really see themselves in this character. And the cool thing about my book, and the thing that I love the most about this story, is that I'm doing it for the right reasons. I'm not profiting off this book. I'm not making any money off this book. This is a fan book. This is a fan story. It's not being published. It's not behind any corporate engine. This is my story as a Star Wars fan, and I'm writing this book to protect and preserve the love of Star Wars that I have, and really do justice by George Lucas's story and his characters that I feel like weren't done the right way. Now, we've all talked to death about Star Wars episodes 7 through 9, and we all know how we feel about impacts done to certain characters, and I want to try and right the wrongs and connect the dots in the best possible way which possible that can tell a compelling story, all while saving certain characters. We all know who I'm talking about. If you've been around the book, if you've been around the channel, you know this really is the story of Luke Skywalker and Ben Solo. And I just want to do justice to those characters. I feel like they hired the wrong guy, you know, to tell Ben Solo's and Luke Skywalker's story. And I want to do right by George Lucas's creations, by George Lucas's story, because Star Wars saved me. Star Wars was there for me when I needed it, and it's been a beacon of hope in my life that no matter what happens, no matter where I'm at, I can always turn to it. And I want to tell this story. I want to tell the story of Luke Skywalker and his academy and exactly what happens between the episodes of Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. That's where my story takes place. And I can't wait. I'm really excited. And I wanted to tell you guys this and explain to this audience of mine that I'm about in between phase 2 and 3. So it's a 4-phase ordeal. Phase 1 was all about just writing the story, you know, figuring out what the story is. What is the story that I'm trying to tell? And I figured that out. I know the story. I know how I want to do it. Phase 2 right now, we're like physically writing it. And then phase 3 is all about going back, editing, adding anything that I feel like could fill some gaps, and just making sure that everything is right. And then phase 4, sharing it with you guys. So right now I'd say we're between phases 2 and 3. I'm about 100 pages deep. My goal is to be about at 333. So we have about 7 months. I'd like to be done by May the 4th. And I'd love to share this with you guys along the way. Come by the live streams, ask questions, even for like the podcast. I'd love to talk about my book, answer your guys' questions, and literally no question is off limits. There might be questions that I don't answer purely out of I want you guys to enjoy this story. But there is one thing that I would like to reveal, and that is the color lightsaber of my character. And as you see, I have brilliant lighting. I have wonderful atmospheric lighting everywhere in my setup, and I'm going to use this and utilize this to tell you guys what color lightsaber my character will be using. I think that this is a fun little way to spoil something that's not really a spoiler, because there's going to be promotional pictures being used, and you've already probably seen them in my videos anyways, but let's go ahead and reveal right here, right now, what color lightsaber my character uses. In 3, 2, 1, go. Boom, and there we go. My character will be a Jedi consular. I think he embodies everything that a consular is and a consular stands by. So I'm very excited to share this with you guys, and I'm very excited to share my story with you as soon as we are ready to release it. It will be released. If you would like to support, you can do so by grabbing a channel membership. I'm going to do a limited release for the people that have specifically grabbed certain tiers, and then there's going to be a general and public release soon after that. But I do want to just give a huge shout out to the people that have supported me along the way, and the people that have already pre-supported with their channel memberships and Twitch memberships, etc., and even the donations that I've gotten along the way. Huge shout out to you guys, and just want you guys to know from the bottom of my heart, I love Star Wars. I love this story, and I can't wait to tell this story for you guys, because this is a Star Wars story for the fans, by a fan, in the love and the passion that I have is only because I want to tell George's story right. And I'm putting so much hard work and so much effort into this that I just want to do it the right way. And as soon as we're done with this book, we'll have tons of time to do more content and stuff. But I hope you guys can understand that I am putting a lot into this, and I'm learning something new about Star Wars every day and diving deep into the lore and trying to figure out new stuff that can only make my story more juicier and deeper and thicker and better. So I appreciate your patience. As always, we are going to do a writing stream tonight because it is Writing Wednesday. But beyond that, guys, I want to say I love you and I appreciate you, and may the Force be with you. Bye-bye.